So if everything goes to plan, and it should go to plan, I will make it to Ushuaia tomorrow. I could definitely get there today. I have I think I'm 70 kilometers away or 80 maybe, but I want one more day in nature, and I will still have 2 days in Ushuaia to get everything sorted and pack my bike and everything. So I'm gonna have one more day in nature and then make it there tomorrow morning. So I thought, because in one of the first videos I made, look, that is how ridiculous I look in the middle of the road filming myself. But yeah, when I started this trip, I made a video. I think it's like the first one or the second one. I read a poem by Mary Oliver. I said something along the lines of every era of my life could be described by a poem by Mary Oliver. And I am sure I could find one that describes this era, you know, closing the end of my trip. But I recently found what has become a new fast favorite of mine, a poem by Amado Nervo. So I think it would be nice to show you the last 2 days of my trip while I read this new favorite poem of mine. It's in Spanish, but I will translate it here as well. And yeah, I don't know, I have such a weird mix of feelings. Right now I'm just very excited. Very, very excited. But I haven't cried, and I don't think I will be crying today. We'll see. Anyway. I think one of the worst things that could happen just happened. I underestimated this, and now I'm wet. Like, my shoes are soaked, which is terrible because I'm about to camp and it's gonna be below 0 tonight. Today is proving to be very hard. That's where I wanted to camp but couldn't, and that's probably where my feet got wet. Okay, I really don't know what to do. As you know, my plan was to split the last section in 2 days, but as you also know, my feet are wet. I didn't find the cabins, the abandoned cabins that I was looking for as a spot for tonight. So now my feet are wet, which means I'm very cold. And if I'm cold when I'm cycling, that means the night could get really, really cold. I don't know if I really want to give myself a really cold night, knowing that I could be in Ushuaia in less than 2.5 hours. Gotta love my style. Okay, it's decided. I'm gonna camp. Even if it's very, very close from Ushuaia, I really want one last night in my tent. And now that my shoe and feet situation is better, I really think I can do this. And one thing I learned on this trip is that you will not die of a sleepless night, which is not actually always true, but it's true in a controlled situation such as this one. I found a really cool place to camp. It looks cold, but it's only one night. And then tomorrow I only have like 35 kilometers to Ushuaia. And this looks beautiful. Very beautiful. I'm very happy and cold. Okay, I just realized something. Today was a perfect summary of what my journey has been. So, loads of doubts, hard beginning. The morning was windy and I was cold, and yeah, I didn't know if I should make it all the way to Ushuaia. Should I not? Should I camp? Am I cold? I got my feet wet. I don't know, just loads of things happening. Really low lows and very high highs, which is exactly what this journey has been altogether. And something that also has a lot to do with what my journey has been like, and most of the days of my journey had in common, was the fact that no matter what happened during the day, by the time I was setting up camp, like I just did, I was happy to be there. You know, I all my doubts went away, all the pain went away. I was just happy to be doing this, and that's exactly how I feel right now. It's okay. Like my feet are wet, whatever. I was cold before, whatever. The wind was frustrating, whatever. I had loads of haters this morning on Instagram, whatever. Nothing matters right now. I just feel at ease and at peace. And that's exactly the name of the poem, En Paz in Spanish, which means in peace, or it actually means that you've made peace with something. So Amado Nervo, the poet, he says to life that they're at peace. So no matter how hard life got at times, it was never meant to be perfect to begin with. It was meant to be lived with all the lows and all the highs. And I think he writes the poem at the end of his life. Of course, it's not the same. I'm thinking about this poem as my journey comes to an end, not the same thing. But I think it just really resonates with this feeling of something not being perfect. But that doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's not something that fulfills you and makes you happy. That's what I feel about this journey. It has been really like far, far, far from perfect. I've really suffered. Type 2 fun, I guess. But at the end of the day, it is meaningful to me and it makes me feel fulfilled and happy and proud and all the things. So as my journey comes to an end, I am at peace with the decision I took to, quit everything and just come to do this. The same way the poet is at peace with life. I don't know. I'm so happy, and I realize I've been this happy every day at the end of the day for the last year and 2 months, whatever. Which is a lot to say because life is hard, and I know it's not always going to be this good. But I just want to soak it in because life is really, really good right now. No matter the haters, no matter, yeah, nothing matters right now. I'm just elated. And I'm just gonna have my last night in nature, and I will take you with me tomorrow to Ushuaia. And at some point, I guess I will read the famous poem. Muy cerca de mi ocaso, yo te bendigo, vida. Porque nunca me diste ni esperanza fallida, ni trabajos injustos, ni pena inmerecida. Porque veo al final de mi rudo camino que yo fui el arquitecto de mi propio destino. Que si extraje la miel o la hiel de las cosas, fue porque en ellas puse hiel o mieles sabrosas. Cuando planté rosales, coseché siempre rosas. Cierto, a mis lozanías va a seguir el invierno, mas tú no me dijiste que mayo fuese eterno. Hallé sin duda largas las noches de mis penas, mas no me prometiste tan solo noches buenas, y en cambio tuve algunas santamente serenas. Amé, fui amado, el sol acarició mi faz. Vida, nada me debes. Vida, estamos en paz.